Hey everyone! Today is a really rainy day outside, and so I decided to take this time to kind of talk with you about what I'm planning for the month of June. And here, where I'm located, I am in Washington State in Zone 8. Now, it depends on where you look on the map on different websites. Some websites say Zone 8A, sometimes it says Zone 8B. For me, I just do both Zone 8, so that's what we do here. And so today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I'm planning for the month of June. There is still plenty of time to get those seeds and plants in the ground. Our estimated first frost is October 19th. So that's about 130 days away. So we have tons of time to start new rounds in the garden. So I'm going to talk to you about what I'm going to be doing today. Okay. So one of the first things I want to talk about is this book. I've talked about it in the past. If you are new to gardening and live in the Pacific Northwest, I highly recommend this book. It's a great beginner's guide on getting started, and it breaks down every month on what to plan, what to plant, what to direct sow, and what you should be harvesting at that time. So this is Vegetable Gardening in the Pacific Northwest by Lorraine Edwards Forkner. So I've linked this before. I'll try and link it again. Yeah, it's really great. This was one of the first books that I bought when I first started gardening, and the price may be different. Here it says it's $12.49, so it may be cheaper or more expensive. I got it off Amazon years ago. So, but yeah, really great book if you're just starting out. So what I'm planning for the month of June, there are some things I'm going to start right now, and there's some things that I'm going to start towards the end of June. It depends on what they are. So things that I'm going to start right now, I'm going to start some more summer squash and winter squash. And I'm going to start some more tomatoes and peppers. I know people are probably thinking that's crazy to start peppers and tomatoes this late, but we have 130 days about to our very first frost of the season. So really, we've got lots of time. So some of these peppers that I'm planting are only 80 days until they're mature. So I've got a lot of time to still get those seeds started and in the ground. So one of those seeds that I'm going to be planting for peppers, it is called Arroz Con Pollo, and it is a Caribbean seasoning pepper, and it's about 80 days until maturity. They look like a habanero, but they don't have the heat, especially if you take the seeds out, but they're small like that. So I'm planning on growing those and then drying some for winter beans and chilies. So I think that'll be really good. And the fruit is about this big. They're really prolific plants, and they'll be like an orange or red color when you want to harvest them. So the next thing that I'm starting from seed right now that I'm going to be sowing are some tomatoes. I already have a ton of tomatoes and actually quite a few peppers already in the garden, but these are things that I'm going to be planting when other things are petering out there. So I'm going to do Berries Crazy cherries. Super prolific. They're about 75 days to maturity. They're like little golden yellow cherry tomatoes, very sweet. They're really popular. I'm excited to try them. I've never tried them before. Oh, sorry, my assistant may pop in and out of the videos. Oh, and grab hold of the camera. If you don't know who my assistant is, it's my 4-year-old child, Lucas. He likes to come in and out sometimes of the screen, so I'm going to grab him a snack and I'll be right back. Okay, so if you hear him crunching and munching in the background, he's just having a snack right now. It's about snack time. So I was talking about tomatoes, and I am trying the Berries Crazy Cherries, and Most of these are from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. They are out of Missouri, and I get a lot of my seeds from them. They're a really good seed company. And the next tomato I'm going to be trying is Dr. Witchy's, or Wychees, however you pronounce it. It says it's a yellow tomato. It looks like a golden orange tomato. The lighting's not very good in here, but yeah. So this one's about an 80-day tomato. I've never tried this one. These tomatoes I'm doing, I've never tried. So I did buy them for next year. So I figured, well, I have enough time, might as well try them. And the next one I'm going to try is also from Baker Creek. It's Big Rainbow Tomato. It's about 80-85 days. Striped. Looks really pretty. Makes about a 2-pound fruit, so they do get pretty big. I'm excited to try this one. I love tomatoes, so I like trying new varieties. Okay. So winter squash, I have a ton of squash, winter and summer, already planted in the garden. But again, got time, so I might as well plant some. So this variety, I already have 2 plants out in a squash area. And this is the Buttercup Squash. It has these they're smaller fruit, about 3 pounds. And winter squash does take longer, so if you are wanting any kind of winter squash, pumpkins, butternut, spaghetti, you want to get those planted now. Like, some of them take 110 days till their maturity, and you need time for them to germinate. So this is the time to get your winter squash in, kind of the last call for that. So what I like about the Buttercup Squash is that it has a orange flesh on the inside, and it actually is kind of a good replacement for sweet potatoes. It's a sweeter squash, so highly recommend this one. And then I have some more squash coming in the mail, some seeds for that. So the 2 that I have right now I'm going to talk about are 2 types of crooknecks. I've got one that's a little bit wartier, that is early golden summer, and this is from Baker Creek, and it's about 50 days and you'll get fruit off of it. So this is a really quick turnaround, so I could technically plant this twice. So still lots of time for the squash, summer squash. And the other summer squash is another crookneck, but this one's from M.I. Gardner, and it's got a smoother skin. So they're basically the same. I want to try them both and see what one I like better, and then I will make sure to save seeds from them and have them for next year. So I like to do compare and contrast when it comes to different fruits and vegetables, see what I like and what grows best here. So that's kind of what I have right now for the starting seeds right now and direct sowing in the first part of June. The middle of June to end of June, I'm going to be direct sowing and starting seeds in the greenhouse for fall harvest or late summer harvest. So some of the things that I'm going to be direct sowing, I have more arugula. That one, it doesn't really like the heat, so it could bolt easily. So you're going to have to really cut this down and make sure that you keep it trimmed. Otherwise, it's going to go. I've noticed that even in like early spring, this stuff bolted really fast. So silly. I am also going to be direct sowing some snow peas and some more beans that are coming in the mail. I may do more beans. I have like 30 bean plants right now out there. And the stuff that we're growing, not everything is for us. I am growing a lot for family members who can't have a garden where they live. So whatever we don't put away, we are going to be giving to family members or neighbors in the community that are in need and need food, because there's a lot of people out here that need food, and our city. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to be direct sowing is some more carrots. Let's see, I'm not sure where they're at. You should see my seed binder. It's kind of embarrassing. This is my seed binder. You can't even get it all in the shot. It's it's a photo album, and I store them in here like that. Yeah, my husband makes fun of me for that. So for carrots, I do have a couple varieties that I'm going to continue to grow. I have a lot of carrots planted already, but this one I got from the Heirloom seed company. I don't know if they're taking orders right now because everything that went on with the coronavirus, they got so overwhelmed, and they are, you know, kind of a mom and pop family owned business, very small amount of staff. So they, I think they closed their online orders, but you can find this through other companies. It is an Italian seed company, and yeah, everything is in a different language on the package, but yeah, I'm excited. I've already started some of these. You know, they're supposed to be like a general giant carrot, so I'm gonna do more of those. And carrots hold really well in the winter if you leave them in your garden, and I'll do more videos on how we plan on overwintering and storing our carrots during the cold months. Okay. So so the next thing I plan on starting seeds for, or direct sowing, depending on how I want to do it. I think I'm going to start some seeds so I can thin them out, but I have more from the Heirloom seed store, and this is a romaine type lettuce, and yeah, just general romaine. I want to get some good heads off of this, so I plan on starting it from seed so then I can thin it out and make sure that they don't bolt too soon, because a lot of greens, if you put them out in the sun, they tend to bolt and go to seed faster. So I'm going to try and keep them in the greenhouse a little bit and make sure they stay at a moderate temperature in there. All right, some more things that I'm going to start from seed are some brassicas. And brassicas are like the umbrella for like the family for broccolis, cabbages, and cauliflowers. And I have a calabrese broccoli from M.I. Gardner. I really love his stuff. I believe all of their seeds are 99 cents. And they're out of Michigan. He has a great YouTube channel too. I'll make sure to link that. I've learned a lot from him and his family. And yeah, so their seeds have always been good for me. And I'm going to try this variety this season. The cabbage that I have right now is this Golden Acre cabbage, and that's actually doing really well. I have two or three out in the garden right now. I'm the only one in my family that likes cabbage. I like making not traditional coleslaw, but you know, kind of the newer type of coleslaw that you get on sliders. I don't even know what the recipe is. I'll have to find it and see if I can make it. But I like cabbage in that, and I also like using it to make like homemade egg rolls with the leaves. I think it's really good. So yeah, this is a cabbage I have right now. I plan on starting more seeds for that here in a little bit. It's really, and this is cabbage and this broccoli and the cauliflower I have coming in the mail are all frost tolerant. So these are really good if you even want to start them in July or August and then plant them, because they'll do good in the winter and the cold months. And I actually plan on doing that again next month or in August. So there's that for the brassicas that I have. I have some cauliflower coming from Baker Creek. They had a fundraiser yesterday where you could, every hour they had a different farm or different business that you could buy seeds during that hour, and it would, all the proceeds from that hour of purchases would go directly to that farm or that business. And a lot of these businesses, they help people in the community. They're like a food pantry. So I did that a couple times yesterday. So I have multiple orders coming in of different flowers for next season and different seeds. Okay. So the next thing I'm starting in direct sowing, and this is not frost hardy, but is some milk baby bok choy. I started bok choy for the first time this year. Oh, sorry, phone call. I started bok choy for the first time this year and we cooked it and we loved it. We have Purple Lady bok choy, so I bought this to try this. They're really cute little bok choys. So if you like bok choy, I highly recommend Baker Creek because they have a lot to choose from when it comes to bok choy. All right, so some other things I'm going to start later, direct sowing later in the month of June, are some rutabagas and some turnips. And these are the two I have right now. I have more turnips coming in the mail. Some purple top or purple turnips, like a generic turnip. And then this is a purple top rutabaga, and it is frost tolerant. This is the first time I'm trying this one. But I've heard that if you grow rutabaga and you mash them like mashed potatoes, it's really good. So I plan on doing that with these. These are from M.I. Gardener. So these ones are about 65 days to maturity. So with all of these, we still have plenty of time to get them in the ground, start them from seed. You know, like I said, we have about 130 days until our first frost in October. So there's still lots of time. And that first frost date, if you want to know what your first frost date is in your area, you can get on Google and search for your first frost date. There's two websites I recommend. There's the Farmer's Almanac and then there's Dave's Garden. And both of them will give you an estimate on your first and last frost dates for the season. So this was kind of a video on, I guess, my June planting guide for what we're doing at our farm, or Zone 8, or the Pacific Northwest. These are some great things that you can plant and start from seed still in June. I know that the tomatoes and peppers are kind of risky to start from seed this late, but I'm willing to take the risk, especially with the food shortages going on right now due to COVID-19 and everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I would love to help you plan your garden and give you some tips on what I do. I am not a professional. I am not a master gardener, even though I have been gardening for several years. This is what I like to do on the side of everything else. It's fun. So again, make sure to check out this book. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, it's a great beginner's guide to growing and planning your garden for the entire year. All right. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and share it with friends. I hope you all have a wonderful day. All right. Bye.